We're there. Hello. Hi, everybody. How are y'all doing? Good morning. It is a fantastic, glorious, lovely, sunny Saturday. Well, afternoon for me, but morning for most of everybody. Well, it's kind of morning for me. I kind of have a U.S. sleeping schedule at this point.
That's probably my fault. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all on me. Like I choose to. All my friends are in the U.S. anyway, as it is. So, but yeah, no, we're all good. But yes, good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 1 of GTea and Coffee. I'm proud of that name, if I say so myself. I like my puns.
It's pretty good. It's very funny. I like it a lot.
So yeah, just to let you guys know, today we're going to be talking about a couple of things actually. So basically, Luna and I are sat here, and we're going to be sort of giving you guys a bit of an introduction to ourselves, to the global team, sort of like going a little bit more in depth in detail what we kind of do. And then sort of like our first stories in virtual market, sort of going through like how we sort of went through them, our journeys through virtual market, and just sort of just having a bit of a general chat. And then also we're going to be talking a little bit more about virtual market mall, or VCAT mall. And we've actually got a bit of a surprise.
Specifically VCAT Mall Proto.
Yeah, VCAT Mall Proto, and we got a bit of a surprise for you as well at the end. So don't you go anywhere, because you're definitely not gonna want to miss out on this for sure. But yes, it's all good. And yeah, we will also be checking in on the chat as well. If you got any inquiries or questions and stuff like this, we will get to them slowly, bit by bit. So don't you guys worry at all, very much so. But first of all, what are you having? Are you having coffee or tea?
I didn't. It wasn't fast enough, so it was instant coffee. So it isn't. It's I expect this stream to be a little scuffed, so it's scuffed coffee for this morning.
Having scuffed coffee. Well, see, I went all out. I got myself a brewed caramel latte.
Oh, nice.
With all the
Really
sugar, with so much sugar in it. I consume way too much, but it's beautiful and it's lovely. It's the only thing that keeps my brain cell going. But yeah, that's currently what I'm on. I'm on the lovely caramel latte, which is right here. If I can try and reach that slowly, it's down here. If I can.
We gotta add coffee cups to our avatars. That's what we've got to do.
We most certainly got to, or at least like global tea logo coffee cups, and have them out there.
Yeah, imagine if we had a cafe. That'd be something.
Yeah, imagine if we had a cafe. That'd be amazing. That would be amazing.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But I mean, there's a mall, so
there is a mall.
There's going to be a few. There is going to be a few cafes in there, so that's for sure. And I know
yeah. Well, we have the one cafe shop that's selling sort of like food items, drink items, and all that kind of thing. I forget the name of it. Remind me.
Let me just double check. There's actually 2. So there's two areas that are like food related. So let me just pull up. You know what I'm gonna do? Since we'll probably be answering questions. This is more for you guys too, right? So if you have questions about VCAT, if you have questions about how do I work at VCAT, how do I make stuff at VCAT, what the heck is VCAT? What's going to be different about VCAT Mall? All of that sort of thing. So if you have those kinds of questions, that's really why we're here. We're just sort of we're here to sort of answer those kinds of things in a casual way while we drink coffee before we get back to work on things. And that's really like the plan, right? So that is that's why we're here. The idea is to talk about that information. I thought it was. Okay, it's just Colorful Cafe. I was going to say it's Colorful Cafe, but I was like, that can't be right. No, it is.
Yeah, Colorful Cafe, which was making us really hungry when we went and visited it.
The chairs are literally made of pizza and cake and cookies and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's so good.
It is just...
It's so good.
It makes you really hungry.
It definitely really has that that lovely cafe barista aesthetic to it. Like, has like a good coffee machine. It's really well set up. I'm sat there like, this is really nice, and I found myself sat behind the counter, which is my natural instinct. Always, when it comes to cafes and bars, I always find myself behind the counter, manning it and basically role playing it for some reason. It's just ingrained to me since my old jobs and works. I love.
That makes a lot of sense. if you guys didn't know, Lily was like 100% behind the Good Bar asset that you'll be able to get really, really soon. So that's that makes perfect sense now.
I had to have that. Like, so yeah, no, very much so. Before like VR and virtual market and everything, my primary work was through before streaming, even beforehand, was through bar work and cafes and baristas. Also wedding planning at some point as well. But yeah, basically in the service industry, and that's kind of where I found myself most comfortable. Just, making a good cup of coffee. Like not just like your typical, like, you brew your coffee, put the milk in it, or put it in the cup and you send it out. No. This thing had to be like, you get yourself a good, like, gold Colombian roast. Now, really, gold roast has more caffeine than a dark roast because you basically
most people don't know that. Like,
yeah,
green coffee is like way better, and if you need to wake up, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. And so I would have a lovely, like, a gold Colombian roast, ground to, I think it was a number 6 or number 7 grind, double shot, in the machine. You hand pour that. You don't let the machine do it for you. You hand pour it until, like, it starts going like more beige on the color, and when the crema starts coming out beige, then you get your cup, get your nice, like, frothy milk, but not too frothy. You want that, like, latte froth. 2 taps, spin it around, and then swirl, and you get that lovely leaf on top. Oh, I love doing latte art.
I think we've got. I think I've got an idea now for that asset. So maybe we need to also have coffee. That might work. That'd be good to have. Yes. You just gotta remodel it. That's all.
Yeah. It's all pretty simple. It's a good system that we have there. And once the groundwork's done, all you gotta do is just add whatever you need to it, and then it will just do its thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Oh man.
Yeah.
I think we should leave a little bit of time for people to filter in here too. So it might be early for a lot of folks. I know all of you were out partying last night. That's for sure. Any modifications to the bar asset? Oh, sweet! You can be the first. It is actually ready to go, by the way. Like, it's just a matter of packaging it up. We were just waiting for, like, the right time to do it. Like, really, there's nothing really holding us back at this point. Besides, like, writing in a good little instruction manual. I've written, like, a base instructions on how to do it, but the scripts deserve a little bit more attention, I think. Just not the scripts themselves, but explaining how to use them on your own stuff. And I'm using, I'm doing some stuff with it. That's all I can say. And I have to, I have to do that anyway. So it's a good timing to write up that instruction set so that people know what they're doing, right? I think that's probably the bet.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I'll probably do like a little, like, instruction video on it as well, so you can just post that to the thing.
Oh, that works.
And yeah, you'll definitely find this on V-Market. And yeah, it'll be going out very, very soon. The Good Bar asset, and hopefully soon a good cafe asset.
Yeah, that would be nice. I like that idea. I think we should definitely do that. This stream also serves for, like, this stream, and again, it may be video if you're watching us later, but this also serves as, like, a place for you guys to provide, like, advice or or suggestions. Again, questions. We have a lot of things we can do as Global Team. We have our own club. We have we do events. What do you want to see? What would you like to know more about? In VCAT in general, and that's really why we're here. That is why Global Team is here. If we don't hear from you guys, as to what you want to see or what you want to know, then we don't know what you don't know. We do our best to, like, hunt around every various community and try to figure that out. But really, that is why we're here, right? So we want to change that perception that VCAT isn't a global event, or that it's more of a Japanese event, and we are at your service for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Being those VCAT bartenders.
Yeah, and also, like, you guys can also, like, join us as well. Very much so. We have a whole Discord as well for all of you. That should be definitely in the link description this time. Everything I touch is always scuffed. I'm sorry. But
It's fine. We'll
but
get
yeah,
there.
it should be in the description, if not on Twitch as well, and that we posted also on Twitter as well later on as well, if you wanted to be joining that. So yeah, if you want to be joining us, we have a whole Discord where we sit down, chat with y'all. You can contact us directly. You can also hang out with us when we play some games as well on Thursdays. We do, a couple of things, bits and pieces here. We as much as we are development and producing like a bunch of things, we also like to hang out and have some fun with y'all. Like really, like I've been really enjoying the Thursday one. You should have been there last Thursday. Oh
I know, I'm sorry, I was
my god.
It was a Jackbox?
So we were playing Gartic Phone, and it was absolute. So it's basically telephone whispers, where you start with one person starts off with a prompt, and it's a drawing, then it's prompt, drawing, prompt, drawing. It goes up to 30 players. We had about I think 10 at one point, and it was just it derailed so much. It derailed so fast.
Oh no.
It was gorgeous. I can't wait for the VOD to come out, which it will be coming out. I have them all recorded. We just need to edit them, put them all together, and then we'll have those on GT Funnies on the YouTube.
Yeah, so if you guys clip us with any sort of like scuffed moment, please send it along, because we're just collecting them so we can laugh along with all of you. Also, hi Shani, thanks for always being an awesome source of info on VCAT. I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, you should have
This
been there
coffee is good.
Thursday.
I need more
you
coffee.
got more
I should have
coffee?
been there Thursday. Yeah, definitely. I need more coffee.
Oh yeah, very much so.
I asked Shifter K if she wanted to join us as a guest as well.
Oh well,
but
she
if
is
can
global
at least
team,
bring
so
some coffee.
she's more than It wouldn't be guests; it would be
So if
like
you guys
as
have
a part.
skill, again, if you guys have a skill and we're doing an event and we need resources, there's a couple ways you can get involved physically. Like if you want to work with us, one is reaching out to us, and if we've got some spots to do things, whether you DJ or you do art or you make little things.
Nope.
So if you want to apply to be someone who helps out with VCAT, VCAT is a gigantic production, right? And it's not just our core team. We have volunteers, and that's what the crowdfunding is for, right? So everybody wonders, okay, so VCAT's got sponsors and stuff. What's the crowdfunding all about? Why is there a campfire? All that sort of thing. I get that question a lot. And the reason is because we grab extra people to do stuff all the time. So, that's really what it comes down to. If you, even if you breakdance, if you just dance in general, you do stunts in VR, you're a VTuber, whatever you do, that's, you can do that, you can come work with us. We have, a more official way, through a Google form that's available. Now that's a little bit harder to find right now because it was only promoted a couple of times, but I'm going to put it in the GT server rather than the chat. So if you join us, you'll be able to get the creators link. Just a moment. I'm going to find it.
And then you can help us make us
also,
some
if
cool
you-
stuff and cool events, which we have a cool event coming up at the end of the month, which I'm really excited about.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, do tell.
Yeah. So, okay, right. Look at Lun's Tide. Guess what the theme is? I'll give you a hint. It's not Space Invaders. So, as one of the events that we got coming up at the end of the month, which we're definitely gonna need some help with and things like this, and that y'all can attend as well, is basically VCAT Pride Ball. So this will be coming out a little bit more details in the week on the Twitters as well. We are celebrating Pride with our own Pride Ball. And it's going to be absolutely fun. It's going to be hosted in Club Emission. We're going to have some awesome DJs, very much so. Can't wait for the lineup to come out as well. And it's going to be, streamed on Twitch as well. It's going to be all over the place. You can even be streamed directly into the venue in any instance that you choose. You just open up an instance and you'll be able to attend the event right there and then alongside with us live. There's going to be some some extra events as well during. So we got some dance competitions, photo submissions. There's a whole bunch of things to celebrate Pride, and it's going to be a bit of a charity thing too. So it's going to be doing good, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, we can actually start talking about a mission now that we got about 10 people here. Thanks for joining us, guys. By the way, if you know anybody else who's like really curious about VCAT and has no idea what's going on, this stream is that. This is sort of us having coffee, chilling out, and answering questions. That's really just kind of what we're here for. We're not super running around. We're not playing games. It's not like a live VCAT. I'm sure we'll be very, very busy streaming during all of that too. But this is a very casual opportunity to get involved or to learn more from the horse's mouths, so to speak. We're just gonna ferry you along, be those carriage horses and see what we can do. Because really, like that's our core mandate. More than anything, is to promote globally and to make sure that people know what's going on, right? So
yeah, we're
that's
the
really
excited nerds that look at this cool thing that we're in, and we're like, yes, we need to bring this to everybody. So we're just like, all of y'all come in, let's go. This is cool stuff going on.
Yeah, for sure. And again, even if you're just like a visitor, and you want to know a little bit more about it, like just ask. Ask questions in the chat. Feel free. Otherwise, we're just going to keep showing you stuff, and we don't know if that's something you'd like to.
Yeah.
Something you'd like to know, but we'll do the best we can, right?
And we are
we
showing
know there's a lot
something
of
at
core
the end
fans
as
here,
well.
too.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah.
One other thing too. Did you hear about VRChat's update?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
the things that are in there now.
Okay, so the beta update. So the main thing that I've been seeing on Twitter a lot lately is regions. So
That's right.
I understand that VRChat has now opening up their European and their Japan servers, and they're currently in beta testing. And basically, it's allowing it's basically less ping for me, so I get better instant connection. And which is absolutely wonderful. But it's also a case of there's a bunch of things. So go explain a little bit more about it, because I've only heard a few things through Twitter. So you've actually tested it yourself.
Yeah, I've been in there a couple times. I've also got Tupper's notes here. So what we've got is, so this is build 1104. Judging on the response to it, it should be pretty much live, like really, really soon. Because I'm not seeing any issues with it really too much. I think that mostly it's better than it was. Sometimes the UI gets like this weird flaky. I think you've seen that before. Like if you were to put the UI over my shader right now, it will probably draw on top of it. But that'll happen a little bit more often in that version. But that's really the only thing. If you don't play VRChat's beta, you definitely should. We obviously have to all the time because like we need it. We need to check that VCAT is live on the version that it's going to go live on, right? So we have access to a few things. So one is regions. That's obviously huge. You actually can spawn a world in the region that you want. So if you're the host of a world and you're like running the networking through Udon, or if it's like a master-based networking thing, then you should use the closest region to you. That might even be Japan if you're on the West Coast, depending on where you live. For what I understand, Portland's ping to Japan is like 80 milliseconds. So you may want to use a Japan server there because it's a good balance between America and the West Coast. So there's ways you can toy with that and see. Also, like whether or not a server is really big, or busy. Are there any tourism organizations involved in VCAT this year? Oh, good question. Usually there is. So one thing a lot of people don't know is we get licenses for all of our buildings. And usually that involves tourism organizations.
Oh, yeah. I heard about some of the stories, like trying to get some of these licensing. It's...
Yeah, it's hard. You'd think that a public building is just like, free to use. It's free to visit, and the country might have that. But the building itself, that can be part of like a national branding organization. Sometimes you can't just like use it in your video game, but sometimes you can. So it depends, right? Sometimes there's licensing. They want you to respect the building in a certain way. And Japan has a culture around that, right? So there's no like fair use doctrine in Japan. Like everything has to be allowed, and I kind of like that in a way. Like there's parts of that are there's some socially divisive ideas around copyright and the ability to copy in digital rights and that sort of thing, but they respect it for the most part. And we have a lot of open source culture in VCAT as well. A lot of our tools that we use are open source, are MIT licensed, but anyway, I'm getting off track. The point is, yes, there is usually tourism organizations involved every year because the buildings that we want to show and the landmarks that we like to show in VCAT's like whole otherworldly like sort of theme that we've gone with over the last 4 VCATs now, I think it is, like taking real and making it virtual, or bringing reality into virtual reality. There's always that transitionary period. Like if you remember Game VCAT, you pass through the gateway and you're inside of a computer. VCAT 5 or VCAT 4, you were in, I believe it was Tokyo Airport, and you like it was like blasting, like the VCAT was like breaking through the walls. VCAT 2, you go from your bedroom into the virtual world, has sort of like crashed into you. That's one of our overarching like themes is this parallel virtual world that's attached to the real world. So yes, there's definitely tourism organizations. I can't say which ones yet. Some of it I can. You'll see that there is actually a bit of detail on what the festival worlds are going to be this time for VCAT 6, and again, it is a festival theme, so that's been revealed. So those some of those landmarks are going to be there, and you'll see what we do with them, right? So it's I think VCAT 5 was a big one for that, like World Beyond.
World Beyond was just so ambitious with its design and inclusivity of the real world. Like, when I first walked in to the entrance of VCAT 5, like the corporate booth, just turning around and going, like, you immediately, like, the Tower of Pisa, you understand that you're that there's this particular city in Mexico, that there was areas of Arizona, and just like, and then the Statue of Liberty, and there were so many like noticeable, like just notable locations from all over the world, and kind of mishmashed into the virtual. It was really nice, and it kind of also like hit me like as a Dark Souls player, like kind of like the world sort of folding in on itself and coming mixed matched, and just to bring these different stories and things together. So like for me, like I was like, okay, right, this is the VR Dark Souls story happening. Okay, right, let's go.
Yep.
But it was
like each one was a continental theme, right? That was
that was a thing.
So,
and then like when I saw the Sphinx and the which pyramid was it that we used? Was it Giza?
I think it was Giza. It might have been Giza.
But yeah, there was definitely Cairo in there.
Some of them were sort of like invented, because we couldn't or didn't want to, or wanted to change like a landmark or something. It's like more endemic, and then we went to and then some of them were actually there, like Burj Khalifa was like well rendered and that sort of thing. But yeah, I think there was also some Aztec pyramids as well at the entrance. That's one I can't remember the name of it. It's got a funky pronunciation. I think it's like Zodl. I'll have to look it up again. But yes, the entrance to Evening had a bunch of like hidden stuff in it as well, right? So
yeah,
Burj
for sure.
Khalifa was the big one, like right in the middle. But like as you entered as well, you're like in a Aztec sort of pyramid covered in vines, and that was another landmark I think we got access to.
Yeah, and then as you went down, you got to see the Sydney Opera House as well, and it was like seeing all of these going like, oh my god, it is really like mashing the real world to the virtual, but also like kind of like a call to like how international the virtual space is. Just like all these people from all over the place coming together in this one big celebration that is virtual market, and it was really nice to sort of see that represented, and knowing like loads of people could come here and go like, hey, I know here, I live next to it, or like, hey, I've been here, or this type of thing, and have all these stories talked about. I remember when we did Parallel Tokyo in VCAT Mall, my friend Takoya, he was kind of going, oh yeah, no, I've been here. Oh, I got to see all this. So when I went to visit Japan, I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. And then like it was like went from mostly Japan and like Shibuya, Parallel Tokyo, to the entire world. And I love the fact that Virtual Market 5 was very much did that. I'm not sure if you noticed as well, like the logos between Virtual Market 4 and Virtual Market 5, they actually switched the English and the Japanese words in the logo out. Before it was Virtual Market in the middle and then in English, but now it's like Virtual Market and then the Japanese version in the middle, and just to really globalize everything. So like it's more of a case like they are very much aware of all of you and how much you guys attend and coming in. Like,
that was the goal behind that. Was like to recognize the fact that I think close to 70%, like that's a fact that a lot of people don't know, that there's close to 70% of the people that come to VCAT are from overseas and not in Japan. But the exhibitors still tend to be. So if you want to exhibit at VCAT or VCAT Mall, that's all there too. And like a virtual showcase here, VCAT Mall is it's open for people who are new to this or just do an asset. They don't want to do a whole booth. So yeah. Oh, and to answer your question, I'm gonna probably butcher this. No, maybe not. It's Shiru XR, right? If you want to help out as a volunteer for VCAT, there's lots of ways to do that. One, just get in touch with us. You can come to the GT server. That's a good place for it. We're always looking for volunteers. In fact, right now, there may be a call for beta testers coming up. So, obviously it'll be NDA'd. So if you want to, you can't show it off. But if you want to see VCAT early, if you're not one of those people that's bothered by spoilers, so there'll be a call for that too. So, but yeah, if you want to help out as a volunteer, we're always looking for people to do stuff with us. In fact, we have a lot of volunteers for doing assets for Club Emission, and we're totally open to that too, as long as it fits in the world. And that sort of thing. We've had people make shaders for us. We had a pool table made for us. And people like to help out. Yep, the form. Yeah, actually, you're right. Good morning, Shadow River. Yeah, the form is up for beta testing. It is useful to have people from, especially technical people, if you want to get involved in that. Just hang out with us. Like that's really how all of us got working here in general. Is just people come out, they want to do stuff together with us. They do streams or they're on stream. Every little bit helps. Even being there, like just being in one of our streams is like that's volunteering in a way, right? It helps.
Well, all right. So, actually, that's a really good point to sort of segue into one of the subjects I wanted to get into. So, like ourselves in Global Team, most of us sort of started out as like volunteers and had just like wanted to work with Virtual Market. We were just like, this is cool. We want to be a part of this. So, like, Lun, how did you start with Virtual Market, and what was your journey through to becoming onto Global Team, and then to where you are now? So, So sort of, So go through that part.
So officially, it's you got to make friends in VR chat. That's what it comes down to. Actually, the answer is friends. And it's not like VR like nepotism. It's actually like my status in VR chat today is show me what you got, which is basically what it is, right? So if you make cool stuff, and you're interested in VCAT, or you try to exhibit at VCAT, or do something with VCAT, like there's a lot of things you can do. Whether that's running community events. Shadow River actually is hugely involved with the Mokuri project, which is another Hiki, another Hiki brand. And if you're into that kimono and furry stuff, like you can, there's an amazing world that's all involved in that. And they became involved in literally fan art and fan projects, and that is really how you get involved in doing stuff. And Shadow River's been just an awesome advocate. He enjoys VCAT, and he's always around and running exhibitor events, and he exhibits at VCAT as well. So that's the kind of thing you want to do, right? You just join the Discord and do things. Yeah, that's really. But for me, friends. So we started off with that Little Bagel and a lot of VRC prefabs. People know what we do there, right? VRC prefabs is really well known in the Western community, and also, I guess, in the Japanese community now. And we do a lot of stuff. And basically, like, based on the different skills and the things I knew, and knowing a lot about being able to like sort of dig out information from VCAT in general, that's where I sort of became known. I think Lakuza actually recommended me for one of the members of Global Team early on, but I started with VCAT 4. So during VCAT 4, there wasn't really any expectation because the development hadn't been done sort of hand in hand with Global Team or with any sort of Western sort of influence yet. Although there was some global exhibitors there, like Netflix and like a few others that are global companies. It wasn't really planned that there would be too much promotion, but what we ended up doing was the corporate bit video. And if you haven't seen the VCAT 5 one that Lily and I did, it's awesome and like really good. And the VCAT 4 one is good as well. So that video led to us doing applying for the VR awards through AIXR, and the rest is history. And I've been here ever since. So.
Okay, so like, how did you like learn about virtual market in the first place? Like, how do you like, other than just like being recommended through Lakuza and getting onto Global Team, like you obviously knew about it
Oh,
way beforehand.
Oh yeah. I've been playing VRChat for 7 years now. So like, you see everything. There was a time when you could come to VRChat, you could go to the new worlds list, and you could visit them all in a day. That's not possible anymore. But when things sort of picked up in 2017, 2018, we started seeing these maps, and FIO started showing up. I actually met Tanabe Sobatang on Twitter. He has a show on the NHK, and he runs a soba shop in Japan, and is an ambassador for HTC Vive. Also, ViveCon's going on right now too, and yeah, Sobatang is amazing. But I met him and got interested in what the Japanese community was doing. Started following some Twitter accounts, and started seeing all of this cool stuff. Right, like that's really what it came down to. So I had known about Virtual Market like on a like a sort of an exterior or an existential level, and I had like a million screenshots that I would like throw into like Word Lens and try to translate as many things as I could. And yeah, it was neat. But I followed a lot of Japanese creators. I really liked Decky's VRCW site too, and you'd see a lot of really cool stuff there. All this like hidden stuff, right? Because it's a bit of a mystery. It's like trying to unravel some of the things that are going on in a language you don't speak very well is fun. I think also there was a bit of a connection to the Australian community because they're in the same time zone. So every time they're on, Japan's doing stuff, and that's a really neat way. Australia and anywhere like any of the island nations in that area, and people in New Zealand, they're on at the same time as the Japanese players. So they're the world's list, the hot list, changes. It flips every 12 hours. If you're in the UK, you're lucky because it's like right in the middle, right? So you see everything. Or yeah, UK or Europe actually. Actually, the Russian community too has a tendency to overlap with the JP community, so that's really neat. I was just always in VRChat, so I think that definitely helped, especially on weekends.
You say that, but in full honesty, and I can speak for every EU VRChat citizen, being in the EU is just you don't have a normal sleep schedule. You just exist in the nighttime, and it's just how it is. Everything is just way too late. Especially for me as I work in VR and work with VCAT, it's just like, yeah, okay, sun's coming up, cool, I'm gonna go to bed. But it does mean I get to
a lot of hickey exists on another plane too. By the way, that's a whole thing. Like you're a remote work, you're basically like a VR citizen, right? And that's a lot of people at the company. You have a choice. You can go to the office or you can work from VR, and even people in Japan do that too. So. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love how VR chat and sort of VCAT does that. It's kind of like how like I was like it's kind of how I kind of like started my VR journey, if anything. So so for those that don't know, so a little bit about my story. So before I was working with VCAT, I was a full-time streamer on my own personal channel. And I did that for a couple of years while I was doing my studies for applied psychology and criminology. And I started my remote work because, as I said, like before, I used to work in bars and restaurants and sort of cafes. I lost the ability to walk. I had like a knee problem, and I was stuck in a wheelchair for a while, so I could only do remote work. And so I started streaming, and thankfully, I won an Oculus Rift. Through like one of those Twitter posts, which is like click like and retweet, and you might win something. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty fateful.
Yeah, it really was, genuinely. So I got one of those, and it came through the mail, and plugged it in, and my life has been so different ever since. I was just absolutely in love with the whole VR space, downloaded VR chat, went into a presentation room, started doodling and having some fun things, type of thing. And then it was Virtual Market 3. I was sat there like doing some world hopping with some friends, and my my good friend Ryer McCarr, she came along and she was like, hey, there's this convention happening in VR chat right now. And I'm sat there like, excuse me, chief, like an actual convention in VR happening right now. And it's like, yeah, no, it was like this whole thing, VCAT. So I was like, all right, cool. So we entered VCAT 3, the entrance world where you enter like on the train tram line. I was like, okay, cool, no worries. And then as you go up the stairs, you see VCAT Chan going up, and like, all right, cool, this is pushing boundaries pretty much. So
I gotta say the VCAT 3 entrance was amazing.
It really was.
Yeah, that one sticks with me.
Yeah, that when you go through the doors and you have that big giant portal in front of you, my face was just, oh, whoa. It was awesome, and I have not let it turn back ever since. So I started with VCAT 3. We entered Shibuya error or Shibuya glitch, and I was just blown away by it. I really was. I got to see RemHack's Particle live. I was amazed by what was going on. We had to look at all the shops, all the sponsors. We saw Panasonic coming on. We saw like all these like cool places. We saw all these booths, and we are like, holy crap, this is amazing. Then we got to see the menu system. You could buy the things like straight from the source.
You can still download that.
You can still, yeah. Yeah, and it really was an amazing first time experience, and seeing it happen, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta do something here. I gotta get myself a booth. And so like I was super excited for a virtual market, and I followed the accounts and everything, and then then I think it was like Comic VCAT came along after that, and then was it Music VCAT came along after that.
Yeah, Music VCAT 0 or music, well, yeah, there was the Comic VCAT 0, then we did Comic VCAT 1, and then the smaller Music VCAT World, I think, and that was and then we did the big one right after that. So they all happened like really rapidly. So we ramped up all the VCATs that we were doing at that point. So now there's been so many opportunities to get involved now at this point. So
yeah, and then
it definitely led you here.
And then Virtual Market 4 popped along, and I was taken away. So this is also during the time when I was getting a little bit more heavily into my work, trying to learn Unity and all those kind of things. Still very, very novice, but I found my niches in sort of like production, video production, and advertising. I was doing little bits and pieces on my own personal channel here and there. I got a hold of the virtual lens, not the VRC lens, the virtual lens, and playing around with that, and made my very first video, which was of VCAT 4. And that caught the attention of Lun and a bunch of other people, and they were like, this is amazing, this is awesome. And I sort of grew more and more with that tool, making promotional videos for a bunch of different places like Slyfest.
That was a big one for me, for sure. That was one big inspiration. I was like, we need Lily on our team here. This will be the Slyfest video is my favorite.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then got to recording this type of thing and learning that production process. And then and then it was like, Lun was like, okay, here's the things, sign them, come on board. And I'm like, yes, yep. I think I
dragged you through VCAT. I dragged you through VCAT 2, and we just had like one of those like late night weekend conversations. I'm like, listen, we need more video people, and it led to that. And lo and behold, I had no idea how good she was at modeling, and had become, and how rapidly she took to this. I think, and I think I really didn't realize like that working in Global Team was like a huge passion of yours. So she just like put 110% into it. There was no doubt that she'd be on the team at some point. So really advocated a ton to make sure that happened.
Oh, it really was an absolute journey.
You can't knock it.
And like I learned so much during working on things as well. Like so beforehand, yes, I could world build and bits and pieces, but I was still very novice compared to a lot of world builders. So I was basically trying to learn how to 3D model from scratch. Club Mission came along and it was like, all right, I'm gonna do this entire thing from scratch. So I had a base idea from Mika, and I was like, cool, here we go. Did the whole design process, which I had learned from VRCon, learning all of that, and then I just took to it and made my first entire world from scratch with the help of with Lun from Pompon Sun, from a bunch of really cool people as well. Guile working with him was amazing, and I got to learn so much. I got to learn so much from this wonderful team, and now I have possibly just like it's an absolute dream job. I work from home in a fantasy world where I get to make and create things from my own brain. And there's just little hindrance, just a case of like, we need a thing. Can you do it? And we're like, yep, absolutely, not a problem. And it gets done. And
yeah, that's really it, right? VCAT is a community effort. Even if you're not like, if you're an exhibitor at VCAT, you're like part of the team in a way, right? You know, that's the truth. So like, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like we had a bunch of people that just like exhibit and just hang out both in Discord and things like this, and they still very much like offer their help and like just put things together very much so. Like example like Silent, they've helped like with a bunch of their shaders and stuff like this, but they've also given us help.
Yeah.
Talk to us. Flower of Good. They're always just talking.
We use community assets all the time. Like if you make cool stuff, like we use VRC Lens by Hirobiki and Virtual Lens, and we those are great to have. Yeah, I mean, geez, Silent, if you guys didn't know, the official Nier Automata models, even before Silent like had done a few things with us directly, their anisotropic hair shader is the only one that gave that we were able to use that they approved because it looks a lot like the game. So that's that we used Silent's anisotropic hair shader on the Nier Automata models that you can get officially in VR chat. So yeah, if you make something cool, we're definitely we're gonna notice, So those things are you're even if you're not like doing something directly with us, if you're making cool stuff in VR chat, that's been VCAT's MO from the beginning, right? Like we want to highlight the cool stuff people are doing, right?
Always.
And we'll use it. Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, even like the Limi model here by Sin Studios, that because it makes it part of your model. Like this is, I mean, a lot of this was modeled by us, but the face and stuff is wonderful, and it's that's I've used a model by another VCAT exhibitor for the longest time before I made my own, for my own use, right? And it's I mean, we all use community assets and scripts and prefabs and things. Like we make a lot of things ourselves, and we release a lot of things too for you guys. Like we want to give back. There's a lot of VCAT assets that are out there that are free, and if you follow any of the core modelers or any of the core people doing stuff in VCAT, you'll find that they release a lot of assets as well. Like there's just so much stuff. There's skyboxes and procedural skyboxes and organizational tools and tools for distributing things in groups. So if you have a Unity project, like 10 or 15 people working on it, and you want to have those people like throw assets into the world, we've got a prefab for that. It's part of what makes VCAT possible, called VitDeck, and you can get that for free on GitHub. Yeah, we release a lot of stuff. It's like, and free assets like VCAT Chan, like you can use that and VCAT Chan's entire system that Ponpon built in Ep3. Really, the whole idea behind VCAT Chan Plus was so that people could learn how to use, Avatars 3.0 when it first came out, because it was confusing, right? So we wanted to provide assets for that. It's, it really is a community effort. So again, if you're not directly involved with VCAT, you're probably still involved with VCAT. Whether you're a booth creator, an exhibitor, or if you're just a general virtual citizen, we notice you, we see you there. That's really how this happens. Companies like ours aren't, like, we may have been the first, but we won't be the last. And there's definitely an economy happening here in VR, and that's, really what this is about. So...
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, so something like we're currently sat here in Virtual Showcase, which kind of like is a testament to like exactly that. Like it has like this the virtual market has this beautiful economy of like, why go out there and create things in the real world, which, obviously takes resources, time, commuting, all that kind of thing. When you can create it in 3-dimensional, advertise to the literal world, and if you create something good, or even create like something like that's just like, just generally eye-catching, or something that is memey or fun, or just anything that you want to create and put out there, and you put your absolute time and passion into it, it goes a long way. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know,
you never know what's gonna spread,
Yeah, like genuinely, I'm sure the creator of the con, the Ropari con, had no idea that their model would go so far, and it did. It went to the point where like Midori got sponsored by the which museum was it? The one that did the digestive system with the con.
Oh yeah, it was a university actually. That was like a health product. So it was like teaching, like to teach young people about the digestive system. And yeah, the low polycon was used for that project, like licensed and used for that project. So you'll never know like who might approach you if you make something cool. I know so many people that like they made a cool model, and like someone happened upon it on Twitter, and then they asked them like, hey, I'm doing this thing in VR chat, can you make me a model? And then that was happening so much. I think that's one of the things that brought Fio to like, okay, we're gonna give people a place to find this. So you've also got a captive audience, in VR. Like, one thing about VR is that unless you're like me and trying to answer questions on Discord at the same time, there is a you're not going anywhere. You're fully immersed. So when you see a product, it's way different than going to a webpage. Like, you can go to Amazon and you can just like doom scroll through like 700,000 3D camera products, right? But if you come to a virtual market, you can literally pick up the Ricoh Theta 360 and look at it and physically see the pictures in VR that it takes. So you don't have to, you don't have to question what it looks like. You'll see it both in 3D and physically in your hand if your avatar is to scale. So I mean, that's something, right? Like that. There's a whole different different ballgame.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like so it's like it's so virtual market really capitalizes on the fact like it's VR, it's virtual reality, and it's a case of like you can literally wear the items, you can try them on, you can use them there and then. You don't have to go to the store, or don't have to order it for it to come to you, try it on, and then send it back if it's not the wrong size, or if it's not working, all this type of thing. You get to actually really try it out and actually be a part of it there and then. And that's kind of like the appeal of virtual market, and kind of what we all do here. You get to be right here with the products, but also with the creators as well. Like you can find out who these creators are, go directly to their pages, find out more about them, and then you can interact with them. Like, a lot of these people like are really, really inclusive, and just want to chat and get to know you guys genuinely. Sometimes they create their own Discords or groups.
That's another reason why we exist, right? We want to promo you guys. Like, that's why we have our own Discord. It's not just because like there is a virtual market like exhibitor Discord. There's a regular virtual market Discord. There's the forums. There's the website. There's the Twitter. There's a lot of places where you can get information about it. But why do we have one? We have one because we want to promo you guys. So anybody like our super precious global exhibitors, when you guys come do stuff with us, we want to promo you, right? And we give you free advertising. That's it. We'll come around and we'll tour all your booths. In VCAT 4, VCAT 5, we went to every Western exhibitor booth, and we tried to get them there physically in their booth to talk about it on stream. And some of the people who streamed it were huge. Like, so you'll get that from us too.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, for sure. Like, I think the last VCAT VCAT 5, we had so many streamers. Like, everybody was so on board with it this time. I think VCAT 3 really threw it out there, like, oh, this thing exists. VCAT Mall was like bringing you guys on board with the global team, and sort of mixing things together. It was a lot more involved, and the big talking point was like you could go watch the very first trailer of Black Widow. Go watch the first episode of Ghost in the Shell on Netflix, and VCAT 4 itself, like, it was just a massive in terms of the worlds and things like this as well. I remember, like, my favorite was Visionaya, and also the Neon City. I forget the name, but it was really cool. It blew my mind. Anyway, regardless,
it'll come to you.
Yeah, it'll come to our terrible names. But yeah, like it was just Mirabilis. That was it. Just like in terms of like the sheer modeling and the sheer like expansion on like the worlds and stuff, it really blew me away. And we had so many good world hops as well. Like I remember running around with Fizzy Fur Trap, running around with Kimple. Just having an absolute blast.
Oh, yeah, we had a bunch of streams. Jeez, I forgot about that. It went, oh, man, I think that was one of the first times. We have a Facebook, too, by the way. We streamed on there as well. And that was, yeah, geez, those were some long streams, man. But they were good. Like, it was one of the craziest times because we did we did a meta stream, right? Where it's like, you'll find, like, so many people who normally like won't sort of like stream at the same time as other big streamers so that they can all raid each other if they're in the same team and that sort of thing, or people who like don't want to compete with each other, so they tend not to stream at the same time. But we were able to sort of like get around that by having them all streaming at the same time. And on I think on the VCAT channel we had all of them like in this huge grid where they were like a bit like Callus Row style, where they were all like up at the same time, and then and then they were all there on their own streams, and you could click off each one. It was neat. But yeah, absolutely. Also, Shani, yes, it is amazing how people are doing that, and especially with Corona. Actually, the NHK World did a documentary about this, like a short, I think it was about 20 minutes, 18-minute documentary about it. You can find it. It was on a show called The Signs, and the first episode was called Avatars. And if you look it up, you'll see it is globally available. The link to the thing. Usually they take it down, but this one stayed up for some reason, so they've left it up. So yeah, The Signs on NHK World, episode 1, Avatars, talks a lot about Hickey, the company, and VCAT, and how during the pandemic, people were finding ways to make money. And one of the things that, fans of VR and 3D modeling and stuff hit on was the virtual market. And you never know what avatar is going to go viral, right? Like, you can make a career of this. Like, you make a cool avatar. Like, heck, even if you release something for free, that can bring people to you. Like, I'm reminded of Flower of Good's flower pot. That thing is everywhere now, And then because of that, people buy his model. Like, it's you can do that, you can make a name of yourself, and you can do it while you're working too. Even if you have a day job, you can do both. I do both, so it's definitely doable.
Yeah, and like even if you don't like make 3D models as well, Virtual Market has always prided itself like on inviting everybody. So like VTubers, musicians, we have comic VCAT, music VCAT, for comic VCAT is for like 2D artists. So like there's a bunch of artists that got discovered and well known through comic VCAT. They just put their art out there. Here's like a little portfolio, and it's like, oh my god, this is a really cool artist. Let me go there and get commissions ASAP. Let's go. And there were some even really notable artists there during like some of the comic VCATs, if I'm correct.
Oh yeah, there was even that was one of the better ones when it came to Western exhibitors. Nanowade was there, Darth Quackers was there. We had a lot of folks, and yeah, there was some pretty big like comic artists there. A few of them are escaping me right now, but there was some well-known people. There was people like going as pseudonyms too, which is really, really nice. And you could kind of tell based on their like art style. But we also had Kotobukiya and other like Shibuya-based and companies on the street there too. I think there was an ad for Carl's Jr. And if you brought like a picture of the booth, like you got a discount at the burger place. So I mean, it's funny how that is. That's the thing about corporate sponsors too. Like if you exhibit with us, you get that promo from them, right? Like you get to say, yeah, I exhibited at a show where Panasonic exhibited, or where PlayStation exhibited, or where Microsoft exhibited. You can say you did that, which like that's great, and you're not lying, like you did, like you were part of that show. It's pretty prestigious, that's for sure. Or people like Vogan who've done things like Finding Pandora X and won international awards way faster than people normally would, because if you're watching this stream right now, you're like a pioneer in an industry that is going to be massive right now. Like this is like, we are the people that were looking, like, I don't know if you've seen this video. Do you remember Bill Gates on the Tonight Show talking about the internet? and how they were laughing about how, oh man, why would I need to use the internet? I could just use the Yellow Pages. I could just use my phone book, and to communicate. Why do I gotta send an email? I could just type a letter and put it in the mail. People didn't understand that, right? They didn't understand where it was going to be, but that we're there right now. This is like we're in that early days of the internet. This is the metaverse for real, and people don't realize that. Like, it's happening. Like, oh god, it's happening. But everybody panic. But this is it. Like, if you're here now, you're interested in this industry, and you feel like you got what it takes. This is you're still ground floor. You're gonna rocket ship.
Yeah, and virtual market is always gonna have that connection to ground floor. It's always gonna be looking down and making sure, like, to pull people up and give people that platform to do their things. Like, even now, it's been even made easier with, like, example, like VCAT Mall. You don't even have to have a booth. Mm-hmm. You can just make the product, submit it for free, and it's showcased in a glorious like storefront for you, where it's gonna be around all year. And obviously, like, your exhibit will be only available for like 2 weeks, which is still longer than most VCATs, in full honesty.
But it can come back. Yeah, but it can come back, right? And it's not like VCAT Mall's going anywhere, so there's many opportunities to be there. Plus, you'll get all the promo while it's up. Like, there's so many examples of how good that can be. For example, like we featured a recording artist at Emission. Not too long ago, YM Legend. I think his poster's still up, actually. But he had released a song, and it was doing okay. He gets like about 1,000 views across different platforms. As he's sort of like starting out again, right? He was doing really well initially, and then he's starting out again. And we featured him in Emission, and his song went from 2,000 views and was sort of stalling until it was featured in Emission as like the featured artist. And now I'm actually gonna go look and see what he's at.
I think it's at like
it was 14,000.
Yeah, it's definitely at the 16K mark, and that was in like a period of like 2 weeks.
Yeah, not even. Yeah, day one was like 5K. It was just crazy.
Yeah, like genuinely, like, and that's kind of what we do here at Virtual Market. We're just out there like, here's a bunch of peeps, and they do some cool stuff. So, like, let us promote you, and it works. It very much works. This is like, I can't say how, I really cannot compare how well as a promoting tool and getting your name out there Virtual Market really is, and just getting your work put in front of people and starting your life, your business in this beautiful fantasy. It's almost kind of like a dream come true, and genuinely, like, even for myself. I'm sat here at home with caramel latte, with my friend who's literally across the pond in the U.S. Oh, my body died. No, there we were. But yeah, like, he's in the U.S., I'm in the U.K., and I'm sat here just across here, no problems, with some good vibes, good people here. This is a genuine dream. This is a genuine fantasy, and couldn't do it without the whole VCAT experience. And a lot of people can also attest to this, where they got their dream jobs or their dream environment, and they can just do their own things creatively and just share it through this whole platform. It is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, like, seriously, it's not, guys, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Like, if you are interested in this, if you make stuff in VR chat and you feel like you're not getting enough promo, that's pretty much it. This is where you can do that, and it does work. We're not just saying that. 1 million people come through VCAT, right?
Yeah, literally millions of people come through VCAT.
Yep. We know, because we track it, and we have to. I mean, that's our job as marketers, right? So that's it's a lot of fun. It is an award-winning convention, and we as VR chatters, we become a little bit jaded, I think. It's like, okay, it's VCAT, but that happens to everybody who's in an industry, right? So it's
speak for yourself. I'm blown away every time. I'm like, it's VCAT, let's go! I'm always so excited.
I'm excited, but people, like, what I mean is, like, people in VR chat, they see it as a VR chat thing. They don't realize how much more it is than that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah, now we're on
the
cluster.
press that it gets in Japan. Yeah, like the press it gets in Japan though on the news is just nuts. Like,
Oh yeah,
it blows my
VCAT's
mind.
so virtual market is really popular in Japan. Like, I found out like some of my videos, and things like this gotten like on like primetime TV in various places as well, and
The 9 p.m. news.
yeah, like we all you and all of us here are extremely well popular in Japan. And it's kind of crazy to think like, oh, we're VCAT's got a name for itself over there. It's kind of wild, huh?
Yeah, and we talk to creators, and they're interested in what the rest of the world thinks too. And there's been a few people in those news broadcasts who didn't know they were speaking to like a newscaster who was recording them, and just asking them general questions. And that sort of thing happens a lot, and booths get featured, and it's crazy. It's actually pretty nuts. And yeah, no, Shani, people don't realize they're on the ground floor. It's just wild. Jeez. We're just like, we're blowing our own horn here, guys. So I apologize. It's our first stream. We get to talk about all this stuff and just be excited. So
yeah. Well, like it's one of those things. Like it's one of those. VCAT has been really important to me. Like, it's got me a dream job and things like this. I just want other people to get that. So like, if I'm speaking my story, it's because I'm saying it's a story that you can get as well. Very much so.
Yeah, we're definitely not. We're not just chilling out here. We believe in this stuff for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. So in something else that we got, so we've been talking about VCAT Mall, and I'm sure we know exactly what that is, but the viewers themselves don't know exactly what VCAT Mall is. So we do have a little bit of video. I'm gonna pop that up on the stream now, and Lynn and I are gonna probably like talk about this as it's going on. So you got the stream open, don't you? Lynn?
Yeah, I do have the stream.
Okay, right.
Yep.
Nice. Let me just pop this video up for y'all.
We will teach you about VCAT Mall. That's what we're here for.
Okay, and it should be opening up just about now.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, VCAT Mall, as it says here in the captions, it is a permanent space, and you'll be able to exhibit at something that fits your own theme. That's really the goal here, is that we tried to come up with unique store names. So VCAT's got like its own theme, right? And each store has its own theme. And regular VCAT does as well. Like, virtual showcase is a virtual mall like this, but it's just a mall environment, right? There's no like real stores in here. But if you were to like exhibit it Metacollecta in VCAT 5, that was like there for mono, furry, monster avatars, that sort of thing, like that fantasy non-humanoid creature environment, and that was like the perfect place for people who were doing those kinds of things. Same thing with like with any VCAT world. So we wanted to do the same thing in a smaller scale, but permanently, right? So unlike other like places like Avatar Mall and things like that, there's no like overarching theme or proper environment, and we think VCAT's always been a next level thing, right? And having those environments that match what you're selling is part of what makes it so exciting, because we take you on a journey to another place, and everything in there is part of that, right? The best booths are the ones that fit the world that you can't tell were an exhibit, right? I think there's a lot of that in World End Utopia, where it was like right on theme, right? Where they were using the logos from and that's really the idea.
So to answer your question here, Maria, yes, so VCAT Mall, essentially it's a mall. So every 2 weeks, all the store items swap out and change, and you'll have exhibitors who are exhibiting like in the furry that was showcased, or in Ann Nielsen or Colorful Cafe. people can create their own versions of those items in that theme. So if you make food, it goes to Colorful Cafe. If you're making sort of like sci-fi or cyberpunk things or like street things as well, if you're making street attire like I very much like kind of wear, then that would go to Scratch Road, things like this. So if you make a certain thing in a theme, there is a storefront for you to put your product in and showcase that off. People can then go ahead and try it, see where it is, click on the link, and then go to it. You don't have to have a booth, you just have to have the item you want to showcase and put out there, essentially. That is what VCAT Mall is. You'll have your item up for 2 weeks, and then afterwards it'll be rotated out for another exhibitor. There are a bunch of different shops as well, so it's not just one shop, it's a bunch of different shops that you can all go to from one location, which is VCAT Mall. And as you sort of like have a tour, basically it's just a continuous all year round virtual market, all in one world. So you can visit all these storefronts, all these different themes, and see each every 2 weeks what's new, what's hot, and what's fresh. And that's essentially what VCAT Mall is. And I'm really, really excited for it to come out and just basically just have that virtual market experience all year round and be like, okay, what are we doing today? You know what? Let's go to the mall. Just grab your friends, go to the mall for the day. And just go see what cool things, like, put on some new jewelry or try some things out. Go hit, Colorful Cafe, grab some tapioca or stuff like this. But also, like, go grab yourself, like, fresh cheesecake or food. Go to the Avatar or the World Garage. And be like, okay, I have this idea for an avatar. I have this idea for an avatar. I need a cool gimmick. You can go find some cool gimmicks. If you want some world gimmicks, you can go to the World Garage and get some cool stuff there. And if you're like, you know what, there's the Pride Ball coming up at this time of the year, so let's go get ourselves some swanky new suits and dresses and stuff like this as well. So so yeah, that's essentially what VCAT Mall's all about.
Yeah, accessories and avatars. And yes, yes and no. If you have an avatar and there's a bunch of other things, don't forget that, like, even if you're just showing something small, like if you're at one, I think Andy Nelson has like the little pickups, right? I think that's right. There's ones for like accessories, like things like necklaces and jewelry and bracelets and bracelets with shader gimmicks or multiplayer shader gimmicks, things like that. We also have udon and avatar stuff. So like, yeah, if you're selling that, people are still going to find your stuff, right? And there's room for photos and there's room for other things in the booth too. And the best part is too, it's not just in VR chat. We also have a mobile application called VCAT Cloud, and a lot of it will work in there too. So that's pretty wild, So being able to go around and visit those things, even if you're like on the bus or you don't want to put your headset on right that day and you just want to see what's new, you can walk around VCAT Cloud and see those things as well. So and it doesn't have to be the only time you exhibit. You can go and do. There's going to be multiple rounds. We need things to fill them all. Sometimes we'll probably roll back and bring other stores back, and if it's not full, we'll have the stuff that was there previously. What the heck is VCAT Cloud? You didn't know? He didn't know. We have a cloud application. So if you were at Game VCAT, you could just go to the website and you could click on it, and it was WebXR enabled. So if you were in your Oculus Quest, you could just click on it and be in VR without having to download an app. It just used the browser, and also it's mobile enabled, and it works on everything, and it's all in 3D. And the experience is pretty similar to to VR chat without custom avatars, but we give you a bunch of options in there. We've also partnered with a company, Cecil's avatar creation tool. Let me just get the name of it. That's another thing that people don't know. Let's see. We just updated our website, by the way. If you take a look at hickey.life, you will see it has been updated. But so some of the information, so some of the things we do, let's see, just trying to find this third product. We just partnered with them too, so this is like totally new. Here we go. Yeah, Cecil Transformation app. So if you look that up, it is a avatar, like an avatar creator, like an MMORPG avatar creator, and you can make a little avatar like in there however you'd like. There's a Cecil Transformation app VCAT Chan now as well, and you could use her in the VCAT Cloud. And you can also make avatars of that. There's tons of accessories, different items you can change proportions. That's available there. And we've partnered with the group that makes that. We also partnered with Bit Summit this year. So yeah, Cecil Chan won. Bit Summit is like the largest gaming con in Japan, and for indie games and just games in general. It's kind of like E3, and we partnered with that as well. So, and that's a lot of fun as well. So there's lots going on, more than you'd expect.
Always, yeah, very, very much for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so so essentially, yeah, that we got VCAT Mall coming up, VCAT 6, and then also recently announced as well, VCAT 2021.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's never ending. It's our end of year VCAT, right? The new year VCAT that we did like we did with VCAT 5. That's coming. That was announced. So
for sure.
Lots of stuff.
So
You're never gonna be bored.
So we have VCAT 6 and VCAT Mall coming up towards August and September times. And then at the end of the year, around New Year's, is the VCAT 2021. And basically, yeah, it's a massive New Year's celebration, which I'm super excited for, and gearing up for all the production.
No details yet. Not tons of details yet.
Yep. Gearing up for all the production from it as well. And yeah, can't wait to experience all of it with all of you, genuinely. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be keeping busy. So the amount of events obviously has ramped up. I know there's a lot. But we don't even get burnout on it. But there's this is, I think, the largest gap we're going to have for the next little while between events. I think this one for sure. And again, we're going to be streaming more often too. So. Yeah, so yeah, there's VCAT 2021. That's I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that is the correct title. I don't know if it's a working title. I mean, everything's subject to change. You never know. But the VCAT 6 is a festival, so that's the one we're doing here. That's festival themed, and then VCAT 2021 has more. There's a little more info on the Twitter. But we just released that, so there are some big plans for that one as well. As we sort of branch out. There may be additional global events coming up in different parts of the world as well. We have other partnerships coming up. We do stuff with VRCon. There's Bit Summit. There's obviously going to be Music VCAT was a huge hit, so we're doing that again. Those that's to be expected. And those sorts of things. When that gets announced, you'll see it for sure. So yeah, we're always doing stuff, and this is the place to catch that information if you're from the West and it's it's harder. It's harder to find that information, and it's really the idea, right? That's why we're here. We exist for you guys.
Yeah, no worries. And just a reminder,
if you know us, join us in game.
Yeah, and just a reminder as well. You can join us as well on the Global Team Discord as well. We have a link in the About pages, both in the YouTube and the Twitch, that will also be posted to Twitter as well. Just after the stream, so just so you guys can all join in on that. And join us with it when we do some of our events, like our end of month Pride Ball event, which I'm very excited about. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time that's been announced, so we'll get you guys some details as soon as we have a strong idea of what we're going to do for that event. So actually, and the plan is to have it in admission. So, I mean, we could show them that.
Yeah, we could definitely hop around and do some changes. So I'm gonna show you a bit about mission, and then we've still got another little bit of a surprise for all of you, very much so towards the end of the stream. So seriously, don't go anywhere as we sort of hop around and showcase what we kind of work on here.
Yeah, if you stick around, you'll see some stuff that nobody else has seen. We got some authorization to show some stuff.
It's some first times, world first. Let's go.
So, I guess I can drop a portal because the mission is public now. So, yeah, if you guys don't know, if you do know, maybe you do know. We talked about it a lot because we're really proud of it. Club Emission is VCAT's club in VR. It gets updated for every VCAT, and we throw events there. People use it regularly, and if you want to throw an event there, or you're an artist and you're interested in being featured there, you can do that too. We recently just updated it, so I guess we can just talk about some of those updates. But the other thing too is that we want to get feedback. Like, there's things we want to see. If there's things you want to see, if there's things you don't like about the club, there's things you do like about the club, let us know, because that way we can like improve it for you. This update is essentially the community update, really, is what it comes down to. And
Yeah, this is a big one. A lot of people helped out with this one.
We're not even done yet. I've still got more things to implement. I called this a midway update because really it is. The club itself is this is like I had to put in the work that I had done already. I've still got more things to add. So if you've made something for us already and you haven't seen it yet, so I'll let you know. Yeah, we actually have. Yeah, that's right. There's Skyblazer. I was waiting for him. Skyblazer made us a really cool pool table, and you will see it soon. I just have to add it into the club.
Yee!
Right, so
I've seen it. It's absolutely awesome. We're going to stand up very carefully and try to not twist my cable.
Cool.
I'm waiting for my new index cable to come through. Oh, there it is. Okay, right.
Let's go.
And we're in. Also, I'm just loving this background music I got playing. Like, I've got some of this like this licensed music that I have, and it's just wonderful.
Also in addition too, so right now I'm just sort of running a like a 24/7 city pop future funk type stream right now, but you can load your own stuff in here too, right? So you have that option. Again, also, yeah, we have audio link in here too, so I've got a little special thanks thing over here for everybody who's worked on stuff so far, and there's more people that are involved in this than you'd expect. Like, and again, if you want something cool in here, or you want to throw an event in here, we'll help you promo it. I mean, like, this club helps us promo things that are coming up in VCAT, so you know you're helping us, and you know you know, we want to help you with it as well. So yeah, so we added SW Hollow audio link. So if you've seen the sci-fi holograph shader, it's in my hair actually, but there's a much cooler place to see it, and that's down here at our palm trees. Just make sure you say hi to VCAT channel when you go back. That's all.
I see enough of her all the time anyway. But yeah, this is something cool that Shadow River put together for us. We're using the audio link shader, and it is just beautiful. I love these little funky trees.
This shader is actually really cool. So it's not just a hologram shader. The link to the link to the things you can do with it is just nuts. He's included translation. He's included rotation. He's included like fatness and scaling. So both fatness and scaling. So there's rim light emissive. There's the like primary color. Like, you can change all of those things. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's huge. I'll have to send you the shader too, so you can implement it as well. I'm not sure what Shadow River's plans are after emission, but he's even gone so far to allow UV2s and UV3s to modify the way that the shader responds to audio link itself. It's wild. There's just so much going on in this shader, and it's not all that heavy either. It's super light. Emission is a Quest compatible club. The one thing I haven't done yet is, audio link for Quest. There's something about the script that causes it to get a little laggy. I don't think that's their focus right now, so I'll have to spend some time looking at optimization for that. But really, yeah, this is a lot of fun. So you'll notice that actually, we can go grab the controller and show people about that. Lealoo made audio link, and it's an awesome community asset. You can have it on your avatars. You can have it in worlds. Let's go show them.
But yeah, audio link is absolutely amazing. I'm toying around with it and in one of my own worlds at the moment as we speak. Yeah, it is just incredible what people have done with it and keep going with it.
So if you're the instance owner or the master of the world, you get access to this. You can unlock it for other players and allow them to change it out as well. One cool thing that we did is we are using Jaquadro's cross-platform compatible Udon video player. So you're able to put in if you put in absolute links, so if you link to an MP4 file, you can use Google Drive if you want. There's a few other places where you can do it. You can even use SoundCloud. And if that's compatible with the Quest, and a lot of them are, you can't put a YouTube link in, but there's reasons for that. But if you have a direct link or a direct link to an M3U8, like I'm doing here, you can this will synchronize with Quest users, and they'll be able to see it too, which is super cool. And the music works as well. Also, if you haven't seen Audio Link before, this allows you to modify the entire world. So all of the different lights that are in here, or the lights on your avatars, can be modified by adjusting the settings on the Audio Link control panel here. We figured it was better than to set a default and just put one in the world, because it just makes more sense. So you're able to adjust this, and it changes the way that your avatar will respond, and the way that the emission will respond in emission as well. Let's grab this and take it with us, and let's pop upstairs. Might as well respawn, and we'll jump up there. We also changed the lighting. So I lit. Whoop, I guess I should wait. There we are. We also changed the lighting a little bit. Everybody's a little bit brighter, which is good because it could get pretty dark in here. So there's been some changes to that. There's different lighting zones, and I've done some tricks with layering to make sure that everybody's lit correctly. If you didn't know, there's an elevator here.
And
so
with
for
that,
Game VCAT, we did. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, with that, so for Game VCAT, we decided to add this whole extra floor and things like this, modeled as well by myself, which I'm kind of proud about. Had a lot of fun with this. But really, Little Bagel was actually the one who modeled all these game cabinets as well. They were doing first time modeling, and they did a really good job at getting some of these things. We also have some of them that are actually functioning with glove, and it was absolutely amazing. We got a bunch of games up here as well. Some of these are actually new additions. We got Fairly Sad Panda and her pool table prefab, which you can have multiple of them in a world now, thanks to the UNU update, as well as we got beer pong as well. That was all put together. But all is done by the community as well, very much so. And we got a bunch of other cool stuff as well. Valgan has a bunch of cool work. He's worked on the pool, on the udon table, but helped edit bits and pieces here. Made the what we call internally we call this Hollow Riders or Hollow Ride. Basically, it's where we have our lovely little Stan Yalone, and we get to drive and play around with them on little controllers, which is absolutely amazing. Hang on, let me grab my little rider here. So yeah, we have these little dudes, these little guys. And they go where? Come on.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, they are.
Sure.
But yeah, you can race around, have fun, and basically just enjoy some good games here. We also have the Good Bar asset here as well, which is fully functioning all over the world. A lot of fun. And Twister, where and this is Quest compatible. It is available for Quest users, all of it.
All the music, everything works.
It just works.
That was the big update, right? We changed all the shaders out too. All Quest compatible. So you can there's a live stream in this world that plays on Oculus Quest, and you get 72 frames in here all the time. All the time, very much so. And there is also Twister here, where I totally did not rip my pants. Just saying, if you hear that as a rumor, it's lies and slander.
But yeah, no, we had a lot of fun with this. But yeah, we made some of these updates with Game VCAT. Where it was basically we made the venue for Music VCAT initially, and then it was massively popular with PKCZ and like Ghost Data playing, and then we had Game VCAT come along where we had Protostar, Creepy playing, and now we have another event coming up, the Pride Ball at the end of the month. That's happening on the 25th, but don't quote me on that because we're about to release all the details. Yes. And we're gonna sort of to celebrate Pride and all that kind of thing. So we've got a bunch of events that are always coming up here in Club of Mission. And this is kind of like the community update. As Lynn was saying, like there's a bunch of people that help work on a bunch of things here that really put all this together. Like although we do like some of the groundwork here and there, all this cool stuff wouldn't exist without the community. We wouldn't do this without obviously like Merlin helping out with Udon Sharp and all this kind of thing. We wouldn't be able to do this like without the audio link shader. We wouldn't be able to do this without like Shadow River, and they're awesome like help with bits and pieces here as well. There's so much going on in this that we couldn't do without the community. So like we very much make sure that you guys get that like shout out the plenty credits, and we put that right in front of the entrance to let you guys know.
Hi there.
Anyway, we make sure that's all added there as well. Also, hi me Hamsy, good to see you.
Welcome to GTea and Coffee. This is where we try to wake up after Friday night and
get ready for Saturday.
Talk about virtual market. You guys know that Mihamsky was in Orbital in VCAT 5. You should go find his booth. It's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Actually, yeah, quite a lot of folks have done stuff in the chat right now. So I know a lot of the people here are just fans in general, but almost like a lot of the people here are exhibitors and have done things. There's Shadow River's got a booth in Medical Epka. Who else is in here? There's just so many people that have done things. I've got a booth as well in Medical Epka.
I have a booth
it's
in
awesome.
Isekai Marche, and it was really, really fun to put it together. And it was like my first time like actually modeling entirely from scratch and texturing from scratch and everything. And I got it down to like I think like 2 draw calls or 3 draw calls. It was amazing.
Nice. There you go. Yeah, and anybody can do it. Like you'd be surprised. Heck, like we like Impala. If you guys know Impala did a booth. Tons of people have done booths in VCAT, and we want to give more opportunities for people to do that.
Oh, you worked on a booth as well. Nice one, Sky.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got Chanops, Octoplex. Well, they also helped.
Sentinel.
Foot, come here. My leg goes sticky out real far. But yeah, like Octoplex, they even helped out with some of the retro market in Curiosity. A bunch of like really cool place. Octoplex has always been there. Like they were there from VCAT 3 or 4, was it? Forget.
4, yeah.
4, yeah. Flower was actually there since Flower of Good was there since VCAT 2. Or they've been exploring it since VCAT 2, but yeah, they've always been a part of it. A bunch of really, really cool people, and it's more and more Westerners are coming at every single iteration, and it's just amazing to see. It really is.
Yeah, it's great. Like, and hey, if you guys have a booth, if like I know there's a lot of people that are sort of quiet about it. I had to discover some exhibitors just kind of on my own. I was just like, wait a minute, and then I would message them and be like, hey, do you want us to do an expose on your booth? Like that's what we want to do. So we want to showcase you guys, and that's really the goal here of Global Team, because like doing a convention in general, like that's a scary thing. But the whole goal of VCAT is like if you have a deadline, right? You have that community help, you have like a goal, and there's like we have like time periods in between, and we want people to have the motivation, and that's really what that's what this helps with, like a ton. Like they're obviously having a deadline is the best way to get motivated to get things done, I think. You need it. So it's that really is what VCAT's good at. So honestly, the motivation is wonderful. I wouldn't have had the stuff I didn't make. I made, if I wasn't an exhibitor at VCAT, or if I didn't have a goal or some sort of deadline. I like to speed run things, but it's it's one of those things, right? If you've got until a certain day, you'll work on it, right? When the motivation hits you. Just like when Flower and I released Grey World, like we wanted to make sure we did it on the anniversary of Wawaka's passing. So that even something as small as that, even if you're not a VCAT, having a goal and a deadline, top tier. It is the best way to do it.
I made my boost 6 hours before the deadline.
You're kidding.
No, yeah.
Don't do that.
I was really, really bad. I was really bad. I knew what I wanted to do for ages, and it was simple. I just needed to do it. And I got really sidetracked, heavily so. And then I looked at the date. It was like, oh, submission's due in 6 hours. All right, open up Blender. And yeah, and then the rest is history. I advertise my Bob Ross paintings. So I used to do like Bob Ross graffiti paintings, and this is all I did. I didn't sell anything.
She still does. She's really good at it.
Yeah, I try. That's actually one thing I want to get back into, especially like on streams here. But I want to find out how the streams are going here first, how we're all enjoying things, and then maybe like do some paintings of like the VCAT like environments and things like this, which I would really like to do. Again, I had a lot of fun with those. Very much so.
Hey, you wanna throw some graffiti up in here? We should grab that asset and maybe do that. Put it up in here. That'd be a fun little thing enough.
That really would.
Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's an idea.
So, ladies, gents, and everybody in between, do you want to see something? Do you want to see something real cool? Do you want to see something really, really cool? And Len's gonna put up the link for it and click it and go there and invite me. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. One moment, let me just make sure that this is private. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely on orange.
Oh yeah, I guess I should do that. Well, I mean, it's going to be invite only, but
yeah, you never know. You never know. But I'm really, really excited.
So listen, guys. Do you want to say the entrance to VCAT Mall?
Yes, we're gonna go see the entrance to VCAT Mall. We got permission, so we're gonna show you the entrance to VCAT Mall. I'm so excited. I'm waiting for him to send me an invite. I'm gonna bounce here until he does. Yay. Come on, waiting for it. But yes, Lun go pop. The hype. We're gonna go see VCAT Mall. Oh yeah, by the way, as much as Avatar is also like model and things like this, I also had the help of Lun and Shifter and a bunch of people in Peachy and Sin, who is the creator of the Lumi model, which this is all kind of based on. They helped put this avatar together, so that's why it's so adorable. I just wanted to shout out there. Whilst he's not here, I'm just gonna like pop out like yeah. I'm just gonna quickly shout him out. But yeah, this is a premiere of the VCAT Mall entrance, which we just got the permission to show you guys as well. So I'm waiting for Lun to send that to me. Come on, he's got it. Come on, Lun. I know you're watching. Well, hi Kirby, good to see you. Very much so. I'm gonna say hi to a bunch of people here in the chat at this moment. We got Kirby and I, we got Ultron, Sky Blazer, Shady, Maria, Shadow. Well, Shadow's always here. I love you, Shadow. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that as well. This is a work in progress. So yeah, with VCAT Mall, it's still a heavy work in progress. Do not take everything in face value. Things are still being worked on, changed up, and mixed around as well as it is. So and it's always the case with VCAT. When we show something, it's kind of like, here's our idea, here's where things are going, and then you get the final product, and you're sat there like, this is whoa, oh, every time. I remember the same way it was like for VCAT 5, and then even like Mission. We had a couple of like iterations of like promotional material, and then you came here, it looked entirely different. So yeah, it's always a work in progress, and but still super excited. And I now have waffled on long enough for the for the invite to go in. So here we go. Come on, Lumion. Okay, everybody, this is it. This is all I can show you. Thank you so much. No, we're all good. So, ladies, gentlemen.
This is a bit older. Just saying it. The first link, we have an automated uploading system now. Just a preface, which is actually probably good. So yeah.
But yes, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between, welcome to VCAT Mall Proto. So yeah, this is still a heavy work
very unfinished.
Yeah, still very unfinished, but it's still a heavy work in progress. But still, nonetheless, you can kind of see where things are going in terms of design and sort of putting things together. And this is what you're going to be looking at when it comes to VCAT Mall. You can kind of get the vibes and the feeling that this all is as it is. Like, you definitely has that mall feeling to it. And you have Eisenberg shop, you have Ratatosker. God, I had the worst time saying that one. Twinkle Twinkle, Ann Nielsen, Furry Fury, and a bunch more coming soon. Oh.
Yeah.
But yes.
Really exciting. So yeah, this is very quick light bake. This is actually missing some of the things. So there's lots of different versions internally that we test. And we have an automated uploading system now as well that we've developed. And Orb, praise the Orb. Speaking of orbs, that's tonight too. If you guys follow OM3, Home is tonight. That's a big event as well. But yes, this is still a little different from the one I was going to show you, but because we have an automated uploading system, the world is changing very rapidly, so there's a lot of prototyping that goes on. But this gives you an idea of what to expect.
Absolutely.
And Quest compatible, always.
Always Quest compatible, and also mobile devices, and so many more places as well.
Definitely.
And Furry Fury medical placeholder. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of these are placeholders. Although, like, in Twinkle Twinkle, you just get just amount, if not even more sugar.
Yep, that's true. This is about I want to say, how many days old is it now? It's going to be close to 40 days, maybe.
Wait, how long?
This one's 40 days old, yeah.
It blows my mind.
Yep, I was going to show a more up-to-date, but you'll have to wait.
That's absolutely fine. Just means we get to keep the secrets coming, and you get to have to watch and find out when we got cool stuff to show you, because we always got cool stuff to show you.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the orb here is super cool. I fell in love when I got to see this design. Genuinely, it is such a cool concept.
We've got we have a full art team that works on this stuff. We have really cool background artists and designers and prototypers and gray boxers and people who do things. We get to see everything every step of the way, and QA it and run through the worlds as we can, and whenever we're free. So if again, if you guys want to get involved there, I know that there is a call for beta testers right now. And of course, you'll be here on the day, but if you want to see cool stuff like this, if you want to get an inside peek, we're definitely the ones to follow, because we'll be doing it for that, for that Western audience for you. That's the idea. We want to make sure that this isn't a mystery anymore, right? VCAT is VCAT is an incredible thing, and it shouldn't be mysterious. Although that can be some of the fun sometimes, figuring out what's going on or getting involved in that. Like, that journey is part of the process.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. And I'm sort of sat here looking at the stores now, and like even though I work here, I get to I come here all the time. I'm like, yo, I'm hype. My most hype, if anything, is Ann Nielsen. Like, it's the most ordinary. It's the most ordinary out of most of the shops. But I kind of want that little bit of ordinary. Like, I see sugar all the time. I see all these cool fantasies and robotics and all this kind of stuff. Ann Nielsen is just normal. and I'm kind of excited for normal.
Hey, a great place to get an outfit for your avatars, right? Like that's another thing we're starting to see a lot more of. There's a lot of like avatar templates and like things that are similarly sized, so you can start building things. Like if you're not into modeling on your own, right? You can do some pretty crazy stuff with what's available, right? And have like 10 or 15 different outfits, right? And that's so common that we can have a store for it. Or if you need a new robot arm.
Yeah, like Maria, if you want a new robot arm, you're coming to Eisenberg. But like to show example, this is a dress that I put together, and all of this is on this is a showcase at Virtual Market. This was done by Elise, Elise's Warehouse, and I absolutely love this little dress. It is wonderful. It is cute, and I put the whole thing together, and also these shoes as well. They're on there. They were also at Virtual Market, and I managed to put this on. Very easy, very simple. Done. Fit the whole avatar. It was gorgeous, and there's a whole point as well. Like Virtual Market, like originally had that mall feeling, but it didn't have the full experience. VCAT Mall has that exact experience that you're probably looking for, both as well as like attendee, but also as an exhibitor. You're just like, hey, I just want to put my products out there and don't have to worry about a booth. It's here. You just put yourself there, and it's there, and it's really good. It's a really good place. I'm putting this in a really bad way because I'm really hyperactive right now because I had way too much coffee. But nonetheless, but yeah, that's kind of like the whole point of VCAT Mall. So you can just put your stuff together, showcase it, and also just explore. Like, I can't wait to go like just every 2 weeks. Like, yo, my friends, you want to go to VCAT Mall? Go hang out, go be mall rats. as Lena's put it a couple times, where you just hang out and be just chilling at the mall, go get some food, go get some tapioca or something. I've never had tapioca. Actually, no, I've had tapioca once. Now I remember it being a bad experience, actually. No wonder I couldn't remember off the bat. Oh wait, here we got a better version. But yes, Eisenberg is very it's like very sci-fi, very what's the word? Lynn, help me out with Eisenberg. How would you describe it?
It is your like Robo Gear fantasy. It is the Shinji get in the robot of the
Shinji get in the robot. So here is
also,
the more
Yokoso.
updated version of VCAT Mall, which is a little bit more fancier. There we go. See?
I can't tell you guys how many links I have.
We have all
and,
the links.
Also, you can thank Na for this one. If you don't know Na, he's super awesome.
Yes, Many Seven Son is great. But I love the design aesthetic. Like when it comes to like this is like very much like it reminds me very heavily of Rapture or BioShock, that sort of like that like futurism style.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. I love the orb. The orb is so pretty here.
There's something about that orb.
Something about the orb. How to swim. Wait. Yo, no way. They actually put it in. All right, y'all, you gotta come with me on this. Yay! You can actually swim in the entire orb. I've always wanted something like this. This heavily reminds me of Final Fantasy X. Was a Blitzball. That was it. Having like these balls of water that you can swim around in. Like, I mean, it definitely has that exact vibe. You can't tell me otherwise.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We can swim in the orb. We can swim in the orb. All praise the orb. All become one with the orb.
You're gonna summon Ohm if you're not careful. He's gonna end up here. That's what's gonna end up happening.
I think they'd be more than happy with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, OM3 does some pretty amazing events in VR chat. The last time he had a brain-computer interface, and we love highlighting what people are doing. It's pretty cool stuff. That event is late tonight if you're in Eastern time, or tomorrow if you're in Japan.
Oh, this is so cool. Hang on, I gotta get at the bottom of the bottom of the orb. Come on, bottom of the orb. Come on. Yeet. That is so cool. I absolutely love it. And it's just so pretty. It really is so, so pretty. So yeah, we'll have all the entrances to like the different stores here, and a bunch of different things that you guys can explore. Really, it's a whole experience. It's not just a place to put things. It's a place to explore, have fun with your friends, and really make some good memories. Genuinely. Yes, Shady. Yeah, they'd be happy to be devoured by the orb. Also, I'm a big fan of this like aquarium that goes around the entire thing. Big fan of that.
I haven't seen that yet.
But yeah, so pretty, so gorgeous. I'm loving it. And also, it's just there's rainbow. I just see so much rainbow, and it's just beautiful.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be fun, guys, and you're gonna be able to keep coming here, and things get added, and it will continue to get added. So there you go. See, you got to see something that nobody else has seen.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll definitely be bringing some more stuff like this very much in the future as well. So do follow us on the Twitch and the YouTube, and also on Twitter and things like this with all things Virtual Market or VCAT channel. And yeah, you get to be a part of this whole thing, very much so. And we also do have a Discord for GTea as well, which you can come hang out with us, volunteer, help out with some of these productions. We got beta testing, applications out there. We even have like job listing applications out there as well. If you want to be a part of this, it's open. You can come be a part of it. It's all there. It just works. Very much so. That yeah, like just vert VCAT. Just VCAT.
If you guys have any other questions, like before we sign off, we've always got a little bit of time here, so whatever you want, whatever you'd like to. That's again, this is the GT and coffee stream. Now that we're all like super hype and caffeinated, like again, if you have any questions, this is really what we're here for. We will do these every Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon if you're in the UK, and I guess it's evening in Japan. It is now 12:48 in Japan. So if you guys have any questions, I know Shane's probably got a million. Just shoot,
Yeah, no,
have
yeah.
Most viewers right now than we've had, so
throw us some questions, and we can answer them all about Virtual Market, VCAT, and if not, just anything that we kind of do here. Like we were more than happy to answer those questions, very much so. To just some of the events that we got going on, or if you're just interested in like the end of the month event, the Pride Ball. Yeah, we got some bunch more details and stuff about that coming out during the week as well. So do keep an eye on that. Also, hello there, General Kenobi. I see the reference. Valken. Okay, here's a question. I know inventory will be updated regularly. Are there any plans to stylize the environment based on holidays throughout the year? Well, it wouldn't surprise me if it is.
Maybe now there is.
Yeah, it would. It wouldn't surprise me as VCAT Mall is going to be around all year. It wouldn't surprise me that things will be like. It wouldn't surprise me that you'll have like a Christmas tree here, or like you would have like a couple of bits and pieces here as well. So yeah, it would not surprise me very much so. At the moment, we have VCAT Mall Proto, which is sort of like the test iteration. We always have like this thing with VCAT. We always have this thing with VCAT format where we open the first version of it with either game VCAT 0, music VCAT 0, comic VCAT 0. It's a prototype version of it. See how it is. It's got a few kinks here and there, but we always try our absolute best with it. We get the feedback, and then it's like, cool, we have all we need for it. Let's go full ham on the next one, and then it comes out full blast, genuinely.
Well, obviously, as you guys can see here, you can sort of deduce that we have these different panels that are set up for different ads in different parts of the mall. So, like a real mall, you can imagine that those will get updated, quite regularly. We're having a big summer blowout, and we will.
Yoo-hoo! Big summer blowout. Yeah, let me see if I can get the let me get the VRC lens out for y'all.
Do some flying around.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly pop this out and booyah. Direct cast. All right, y'all should have this, and then we're going to do some flying around for y'all. Yeah, all of VCAT Mall. Super excited. I'm also really excited because like we're definitely gonna have like a whole grand opening like ceremony and stream as well. Like we always have we always go well out on the streams as well. Like we have like Theo, Lil Bagel, all of the global team, as well as a bunch of like different friends as well that are hanging out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you guys will get to know the JP team too. That's part of the fun too, is getting to learn like who does what, right? And we'll have Pon on stream as well. We'll have Yui on stream as well. Everybody will be around. If you want to be on stream,
yeah.
Opportunities for that.
Oh yeah, there's always we worked with a bunch of different streamers like we had TF and Johnny, we had Kimple as well, Fur Trap, as well as like I know Curb and Ayak did a couple of streams with us as well sometimes as well. Small streamers myself, Lil Bagels,
Shady and Meat Hamsky.
Yep, Shady Meat Hamsky, very much so. Like a bunch of people have always come by with streaming. So you're always welcome to come here with VCAT and just be like, yeah, very much. Like even just like news article writers as well are more than welcome to come to this and just like share part of the whole experience, genuinely.
And if you're new to VR too, like you may be watching this and going, "What the heck are these guys doing?" You know, this is VR's largest convention. It really is.
Yeah, the largest convention. Yeah, won a couple awards. And going strong.
We're going for more.
Absolutely, for sure. Oh yeah, Skyblazer, Easter egg hunt. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. There's always a bunch of Easter eggs.
Idea.
Yeah, there's always a bunch of Easter eggs when it comes to every VCAT. There's always like certain like hidden locations and stuff like this. We got to showcase some of them at the last World Hop. Well, a couple of World Hops we did, where we was like met Lepka. Got to see some of like the hidden things there. Each and every virtual market world, there's always a little something that you can get to, and always a little Easter egg. So always go exploring and always go finding, and you will always you'll never be disappointed. You never will.
Yeah. But yeah, also maybe we'll do an Easter egg hunt too. You never know, right? There is also like all kinds of ARGs and stuff hidden away in all of the VCAT worlds as well. What if we kissed in the mall hydro orb? We're gonna have to make that meme now, right?
It's gonna have to happen. Yeah.
I volunteer Vogan.
You volunteer Vogan. All right, okay. But yeah, I am very excited for this whole project to come together. And it will be going in August, if I'm correct. Yeah.
August.
Yeah, cool beans.
Soon.
No worries, right. So to everybody, I'm just gonna come here with my my buddy Paladin. That's my coffee there.
Oh God, that was coffee.
That we're all good. I'm just gonna bring my coffee there. But yeah, I've been sat here with my good friend Lynn, who's also on global team as well. We have Valgan here, and we have a bunch of people also as well. And this has been episode 1 of GT and Coffee. We have another episode coming for you with you guys next week, same time, 10 a.m. EST, 3 p.m. BST. And we got a bunch of other streams as well. We got things that happen on the Mondays. We have like Let's Play streams. We're just going to like pick a game, have fun, hang out. We got a whole new game coming for you on Monday as well. So keep an eye out for that. And we might have something special for that one, which I'm kind of excited for. And also I got to throw myself into Unity quickly for it.
Oh geez, nice. We're also we also do world hop streams, and you can come with us, and we'll jump through some worlds. If you've got some suggestions for worlds you'd like to do, just throw it in the GT Discord, and we'll make a list.
Yeah, no, absolutely for sure. And we're definitely going to be working with World Hops. You guys can join along with us. Just simply have myself friended, or Lun, or anybody that's there, and just simply come along with us as well. We'll post some links and stuff like that in the server. Yeah, so that way you can literally come join us right. So that way you can get right into the instance as we're hopping along. And then
we're doing cool stuff in VR chat. And even if it's not VCAT related, we're always running around doing cool stuff in VR chat. So if you're a friendly person and you friend us up, we'll take you along. There's so much out there.
And then if you just want to goof off with us and have some fun with games, we do like a little game session where we record. We don't stream this, but we do record so that way we can post this to GT Funnies that will be coming out on the Wednesdays. On the Thursdays, we hang out and play some fun games. Last time we played Gardic Phone. We also played some Phasmophobia. I think this Thursday we're going to playing some Among Us with the team. So things going to be getting a little bit sus here.
Do you want to do it in VR chat? We should do it in VR chat.
We could do it. Yeah, we could definitely do it in VR chat. That would be super fun. That would be super amazing. So we'll have to organize all of that and get people all booked in and all that kind of stuff. That all normally happens.
Said the word.
That will be all happening around 10 p.m. 10 p.m. BST, 5 p.m. EST. Getting my time zones right. Got it. That'll be all happening around about then. So, thank you so much. I've been Virtual Lily.
I'm Lon. Hi.
Yeah. And I think we're gonna call it there for the evening. You've all been fantastic and gorgeous, and we'll definitely see you on the next one.
So many of you stuck around for the full 2 hours. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, very much so. Norris, cool. But yeah, have a lot of fun, and cool. Toodaloots.